I would like to discuss with you what I would call the only reality hypothesis. All I'm really trying to say is that there is one reality that permeates the physical universe. It exists before the universe began. It's outside of space and time, and it is ultimately, it exists beyond the bounds of what space and time can limit. We can demonstrate this even if you believe in, say, the Big Bang. What do the scientists say? Scientists say that all physical reality was compressed into this one singularity, this one spot that was so small it can't be weighed, it can't be measured because it's so infinitesimal. And then from that nothingness exploded everything. Well, that takes a lot of faith, my friend. But let's run with that hypothesis. In that singularity, scientists say that all space and all time exist right there, and that time slows down and time... Well, think about that for just a second. If all time and all space is compressed into that infinitesimal singularity, what was that singularity existing in? Scientists don't put it this way, at least not that I've heard, but there has to be a context in which that singularity existed. And that is the reality that I'm talking about. If this singularity existed in this compressed area that's so small, and all the power of the universe, all the particles of the universe are all right there, something had to act upon it to make it change. Because you have to have a first cause. Now, I would hypothesize to you that whatever that first cause is, it is the ultimate reality. The context in which that singularity had room to exist, because all time and space was compressed within it. There has to be a context that goes beyond time and space. And that, my friend, is where I believe you will find God. Now, you say, oh, see, hey, laying aside who you think God is, there must be a first cause. Something had to act upon that singularity to make it move and change and explode into being. Well, that's God. Whether you think that's Jehovah God, or whether you think that's Allah God, or whether you think that's the God of the Indians, or the God of the Hindus, or whatever God you call it, whatever caused that reality to exist, to come into being as it is the Creator. Now, you can disagree on what that Creator is, or who it is, or what it is, what we know about Him. But really, if you say there was no Creator, you're really just a fool. You're lying to yourself. You may disagree with who I say the Creator was, but you've got to admit that there was a first cause. Something made reality happen. You say, no, I don't have to admit that. I say reality just exists as it is, and it always has existed. Well, what you said now is that reality is the first cause, and all physical reality is the final cause. It is existence. You've just changed who you call God. But the fact is that you still call physical reality your God. Nothing can exist. If there is nothing outside of space and time, then nothing existed but the singularity. And if the singularity had no context in which to exist, then it can't exist. It doesn't, there's no logic in that. You say, well, God's not logical. You say God never was created. That's what you're saying. You're saying that something existed before the singularity, something existed to make the singularity happen, or you're calling the singularity God. But you're lying to yourself if you say there is no God. No, there is a God. Now, we can debate on who it is. We can debate on what he's like. We can debate on whether it's a he or a she. We can debate on whether it's a person. But if you're going to stop and be truly objective, you've got to admit there's a first cause. Thank you.